Hi, Jerry here with Proverbs chapter 17 because we're going through the book of Proverbs in a month, and today is the 17th of the month. Thus, the reading today. Better is a dry crust eaten in peace than a house filled with feasting and conflict. A wise servant will rule over a master's disgraceful son and will share the inheritance of the master's children. I mean, we live in mixed families now. A lot of times you have biological, you have adopted, you have all sorts of different relationships. And, it's not your birthright necessarily just because you're biological to be number one in line. It's a different world today. And this speaks volumes to that. So, whether you're a son, whether you're a servant, whether you're a worker or whatever, do unto somebody else as unto God. And the test of time will show you're entrusted with more. Verse 3, fire tests the purity of silver and gold, but God tests the heart. Oh, is that true? And sometimes it doesn't feel good during testing, but He gets you through all the trials and tribulations. Wrongdoers eagerly listen to gossip, liars pay close attention to slander. You know, slanderers slander and fall for slander by others. It's a bad habit to get into. We've all done it. Let's stop doing it. Those who mock the poor insult their maker. Those who rejoice at misfortune of others will be punished. Yes, we got to be very careful here. If people like Joe Biden or people that are just destroying the world pretty much um, get us upset, let's get upset at their deeds and not necessarily at them. Don't even look at them as a player. They most likely will be gone from this world for eternity. They're not going to be in the same world we're living in. But most likely, I mean, anybody could repent, but most likely in the natural way things look, it looks like we're in different worlds. But the problem is if you don't forgive them, if you don't, if you let them live inside of you, you're giving them additional life and power that they normally wouldn't have. Detach them, have nothing to do with them other than an occasional prayer that their soul gets saved and they change their ways. But um, don't let them get to you. Okay, number 5, those who mock the poor insult their maker. Those who rejoice in misfortune of others will be punished. Okay, now we're shifting gears from that to grandchildren are the crowning glory of the aged. Parents are the pride of their children. Normally it should be this way. Eloquent words are not fitting for a fool, even less are lies for a ruler. So if you're not supposed to act foolish anyway, but how much less if you're a boss or a president or ruler. So when Joe Biden has horribly foolish decisions he makes and has horribly terrible counselors around him giving him advice, he basically doing the work of a fool. I'm not calling him a fool, but his actions are foolish. I don't know inside his heart what's going on. I don't know what's going on inside his brain, but it's not good stuff. We know that. Now, a bribe is like a lucky charm. Whoever gives one will prosper. Yeah. I mean, what goes around comes around. Payola with lobbying in Washington, the swamp. It's horrible, but it's just an axiom that 2,500 years ago was true. It's still true today. A little money greases the wheels. We're not supposed to do illegal things, but it's just acknowledging a reality. Love prospers when a fault is forgiven, but dwelling on it separates close friends. In other words, if somebody messes up, just move on, get over it. If they do it too much, get a new friend. But forgive them, move on. Don't let them eat you inside. Don't let them live inside of you. And if you don't forgive somebody, it's like drinking poison, expecting somebody else to die. So forgive them for yourself and nothing else. God tells you to do it for good reason. A single rebuke does more for a person of understanding than 100 lashes on the back of a fool. Wow, what a word picture. Evil people are eager for rebellion, but they will be severely punished. Now, as patriots, we're not rebelling against goodness. This is talking about evil people or people acting in evil, rebelling against what's good. No, we're doing the opposite. We're rebelling against evil. We're going against the evil deeds of the Biden administration, etc. That's okay to do. That's good to do. It's godly to do. But don't hate people in the process. Hate the sin, but not the sinners. It's hard to do, but try to remember that. Um, Evil people are eager for rebellion, but they'll be severely punished. Just remember at the end, Joe Biden and his ilk are going to be severely punished. Trust me, they will be severely punished. They'll be gone in an instant. Gone, gone, gone in an instant. Doesn't seem like it now. They will. It is safer to meet a bear robbed of her cubs than to confront a fool caught in his foolishness, or a drunkard in this. I'll add, a drunkard in their stupor. If you Repay good with evil. Evil will never leave your house. What goes around comes around. Just let it go, man. I'm telling myself as much as you. Don't repay evil with evil. Yes, if you see evil in the Biden administration or something else, overcome it with good. Overcome it with exposing the evil and offering good alternatives to what they are proposing, etc. That's good to do, but just don't get caught up on their low level. Starting a quarrel is like opening a floodgate, so stop before a dispute breaks out. Nip it in the bud. Acquitting the guilty and condemning the innocent are both detestable to the Lord. That's what happens all the time. The Biden administration calls good evil and evil good. They're going to catch your comeuppance, believe me. It is senseless to pay to educate a fool. You're wasting your money here, since he has no heart for learning. People are unteachable, so don't waste your time with those people. Pray for them, but don't waste your time with them. Just it's not a waste of time to pray some, but you don't want to pray all day for one fool who's never going to change. How do we know if they're foolish? We don't always know if they're a fool. We know if they're foolish. We don't know to what degree it's embedded within them, but you have discernment. Use it. A friend is always loyal, and a brother is born to help in time of need. It's poor judgment to guarantee another person's debt or to put up security for a friend. That's called co-signing. Don't ever co-sign for anybody, even a relative. Just don't co-sign. Give it as a gift. Give it give as a loan if you must. Don't charge exorbitant interest, if any at all, but don't co-sign. You're connected. It's like a weird form, almost like a marriage of sorts. Don't do it. Bible warns against it. There's spiritual principles that kick in if you co-sign that you're a slave to. Anyone who loves to quarrel loves sin. Anybody who trusts in high walls invites disaster. Don't trust in high walls, trust in God, but put a wall on the southern border as unto God, as Reagan said. Trust but verify. We trust our neighbors to the south, but we're verifying that they stay out without proper um, legal work to bring them in as legitimate citizens. So we put up a border. That's just only good. But we don't trust in the wall alone. We trust in God. And we try to get revival for righteous nations so God will protect our nation. So we don't even need a wall, but we put up a wall anyway. It's a good boundary. The crooked heart will not prosper. The lying tongue tumbles into trouble. It is painful to be the parent of a fool. There is no joy for the father of a rebel, unless your son is a patriot rebelling against evil. That's good. Bring them up well like that. A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit saps a person's strength. Yes, yes. A cheerful heart is good medicine. So cheer up. Count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, trials, for the counting of your faith works patience. But let patience have a perfect work, so you can be perfect and entire, lacking nothing. Easier said than done, but count it all joy, my friends, even as the republic is falling apart. You know, Israelites went into Babylon for 70 years. We're not totally there yet, but it's headed there, unless God gives us a revival. So keep praying for revival, a moral revival, so God will bless this nation again. What's there to bless? The patriots, a few patriots and a few devout Christians and devout Jews that are out there, they're worth blessing. But a lot of the other, maybe God will bless it just for the remnant. Wicked take secret bribes to pervert the course of justice. Tell me about it. Sensible people keep their eyes glued on wisdom, but a fool's eye wanders to the ends of the earth. Foolish children bring grief to their father and bitterness to the one who gave them birth. Doesn't say mother, but we know it's mother. It's wrong to punish the godly for being good or to flog leaders for being honest. Hey, no good deed goes unpunished, it seems like at times. They're calling good evil and evil good. We're in that world now, unfortunately. Keep praying. A truly wise person uses few words, and a person with understanding is even tempered. I got to use a lot of words in these messages, but pray for me that when I leave here, that I'll listen more than talk today, which is pretty easy. I'm going in an MRI tube for about 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes. As soon as I'm done with this, I can't talk in an MRI tube very much. There's one way to shut me up. Final verse. Even fools are thought wise when they keep silent, and their mouths are shut. They seem intelligent. So while I'm in an MRI tube, the nurses and the doctors will look at me, and technicians will look at me as a wise man, right? Okay, as one wise man to another. God bless you. Love you. Thank you for watching. And we'll talk to you next time on Proverbs 18.